Well, that's what I call a deer. Look at the size of this thing. That's what a 10-point looks like, boys. Alright, so we're gonna get this deer up on the gambrel. Alright. So
stay away from those.
Yeah, make sure you always stay away from the tarsal gland.
You don't want anything.
They stink.
When you're getting these ready, never cut that tendon, or you can't hang it this way. There's the gland there. Definitely stay away from that. Don't cut through the hair like I just did. Be real careful through here. And just turn that inside out. And then it's not a problem anymore. Working down this way. Right there's where the tendon goes down. You don't want to. I'll be able to see it better in a second. Make sure you don't hit that tendon. And I'm sure there's lots of people that can do this a lot better than I can. This is how I learned, and it works. Also, I haven't done it since last season, so. All right, so now that gland is wrapped up, and now I can handle all that. All right, so that's good for that one. Move on to the other side here. Bringing the legs like that, I always try to use the back part of the knife, keep from dulling the working edge that you're using more. All right, good enough for now.
Here we're putting the deer on the gambrel.
In case it wants to fight me, get this thing. Now life gets easier. All right. get.
You need to grab anything, just let me know.
All right. Pretty good. So now, just split it down the. I'm gonna try to fold it down. Keep the hair off.
I'll hold the front of this so it don't roll out from under you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What do with the can of water?
Can of water?
Oh, it's on the chair right there. The bowl. I didn't have another commercial can. It's just the bowl of water. Thank you.
If you like Miller Lite, like and subscribe.
Yeah. No. Pace yourself that way.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get this sucker broken down.
Yeah. Hopefully you can start moving a little quicker now. Is also not the best. Everything's thrown in a pile when the hurricane hit. But we can move this over.
This guy might
Want to tip it?
might hit the
Move it.
floor when we get done
If
with
we
it.
can move it where it'll get supported. Maybe
Oh,
go ahead
you
and
think
just let
that
the head
horn
in.
might-
Yeah, if we can get it, we can do it on our terms. Then.
Yeah.
There we go. Like that's just another kind of point of contact now. So I think it'll be that way. That's the way it wants to be. It'll work. I have never hung a bug this big on this cleat, so
Yeah, hopefully it all holds.
that would make me sad. So, all right.
I might be able to see better from over here.
Yeah. So now. I always try to go down and connect that way and then kind of get this. I might split that over and around. And I know there are lots of people that can do this better than me, like I said, but not that scary when it comes down to it. I'm trying not to get, I just nicked it there, but if you see hairs too, you always have some, but easiest way to deal with that is not let them get on it in the first place. And you're probably going to get little nicks and stuff, but just try to minimize that and keep everything kind of sealed up. Get the hair. Just do a little bowl of water or a bucket of water. It's just easier to work cleaner and have to deal with it when you're breaking down the hams and processing everything else. Just settling on the end there.
See what you mean? He is fat.
Yeah, a lot of fat. I guess he's the big guy on the block, so. So I'm pulling the hide and getting hair and dirt and everything, but I'm always trying to pull the hide and then let it fall away from the meat just to keep it clean and keep the hair off it. So kind of have one cleanish hand and kind of hold on to everything. Once it kind of goes inside out, then it's not as big a deal. Man, this is a lot of fat. I'll come back around here. Yeah, this would be really nice if it could just sit out, hang overnight, but being that it's 60 some degrees now, that's not an option, so we'll have to put it on ice. With that fat like that, it's really nice to be able to let it hang, and then it's really easy to work. It protects everything. So for the tail, well, there we go. I got lucky and got between the bone and the vertebrae there, the bones and the tail. All right. Sorry, dude. One thing I need to probably do is make sure I got the bladder when I field dress them. So. Bladder just kind of hangs up in there. There's the bladder. I think that's the bladder right there, I think.
Looking at the bladder down here.
Yeah, just want to make sure I didn't get that one. I was too excited, I guess. So... All right.
And that, folks, is your balls.
That is true. I don't... I'm thinking... All right. That bladder still.
Make sure to stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Using sharp knives, so I'm sticking to light beer.
And don't drink until after you've shot the deer.
Yeah. Definitely. All right, so there's the... Cut that little drop. So there's the bladder right there.
Yep, that little ball in there.
Don't pour that all over the tenderloins.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
So he's coming out.
pretty much just cutting around the pelvis and cleaning out. And yeah, it's dropping out there, so. Just more connective tissue. This is the part I just always have to figure it out because I only get a buck every couple years and never one like this.
It worked out now. There you go.
All right. Waist out. Should get to where we can move pretty quick now.
Yep, things are happening.
Just work away, and there's some of the bloodshot. There. Needs to get gone anyway, so anything you can kind of, I'll kind of wipe my hands off on that too, since it's hanging now. Well,
That 243 did a pretty good number on
I
him.
think so. Yep.
Give
I
it a
didn't
little
realize
blood
how
on
much
the
it was. How much it was hit that way, so it hit further back. But the 243, usually I hunt my 270, and there's more bloodshot. So that smaller, I don't know if it's a smaller caliber or the bullet or just the loading that I was using.
What grain were you at?
I think it was 100 grain Winchester PowerPoint. So it's a real old ammo, like bullet and stuff. I think they've been loading that a long time. I usually like Nosler partitions in my, ballistic tips. Cut partitions for some stuff too, but usually shoot those out of my 270.
Yep, 270 is what I use.
And they're just very effective, very humane. And 243 is plenty, I think, if you do your part. Which I obviously did, but I wish it would have been a little further forward. And the way it came, this is the exit side, so that's why it hit a lot farther back than I wanted to do.
Let me help you pull this. Yeah.
There we go. Probably need to pull the whole thing up. Yeah, so this whole side, just how that
Pull that
shot
shoulder.
travels through, it's crazy.
That's good.
And that's
though.
all
I mean, from
rib.
that was definitely at an angle. You know, the way you
Yeah.
shot that deer, but you got it just right.
Oh
just
yeah,
about.
I mean it got the lungs, but it was higher up. But the good side, hopefully all the shoulder will be good on it. All right, this is where I need to probably start
So we got the buck hanging about as far as she goes.
Fits the wheelbarrow for that.
Man, that is a beautiful rack, man.
That's almost the best shot of it. Laying on the ground or in the truck. So I'll cut that off there, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all see we got about maybe 3 inches of clearance under that nose. And that baby is all the way up. Oh, enough bragging.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna finish skinning this deer, and he's gonna try to save the enough of the nape so he can do a good head mount of it.
Oh, and that's where I should cut. I've never done this before because I've never had a deer worthy to mount. But see if we can figure it out. So there, cutting through the hair, it makes a mess. Just the hair just gets everywhere, and that's where it's nice to just have a bowl of water or a bucket of water or something around.
Keep everything clean.
Just keep it clean.
Keep the hair out of your meat
before it's Just keep it clean before it's a problem, and then it's way easier to deal with. Hair off my hand, off the knife. All right. I've got a different knife here. I always have a bunch of different knives for getting in different places. I don't want to dull the other one anymore. It's already pretty dull. See, cutting through from the outside gets hair everywhere, so, which I just did. So try to cut from the inside, and then it won't push it into the meat. It's gonna get everywhere no matter what, but back to this knife. For this, since I want to make sure not to cut through anything, and this knife's pretty sharp. That knife's actually sharper. I usually sharpen them all. the beginning of the season, and I haven't done these in a year or so. I didn't do them after last year, so done a little bit with them, and there's a little bit. But for doing this part, sometimes I think it's better to have. I like it a little better to have a knife that's just a little bit dull. If I have to do any finesse work or anything, don't cut through the hide. Alright, so I guess I'll start working around the back of the neck and just kind of peel that down. I'm trying to get it enough where I can kind of turn it inside out. I think once I get this little piece here, it should. Trying to be real careful here with the I'm just gonna get that where I can kind of there, that'll all kind of turn inside out now. And then
Yeah, we're gonna
hopefully
cut up the arms and
look at that.
have this thing ready for a mount.
I should have just gone further up. So yeah, actually thinking about a mount for this one. And I want to save those shanks. I think that's one of the more underappreciated parts of the deer. That if that's slow cooked down, all the collagen and everything, that's one of the best parts.
Telling you, you really need to come over to my house and let's do something sous vide.
That would probably be pretty good
Because I mean, it is the king. Yeah, it is the king of slow and low. I mean, it's. I mean, I would love to try some sous vide. I made some New York strips last night. Turned out real good with the sous vide. I mean, dude, it makes it. Yeah. Nothing. I mean, there's no thinking to it. Like it.
I mean, for those, that would probably be really good. Because that's something I normally just do in the one of the coated cast iron, just a Dutch oven. And all right, so I think I need to go right along this line. So yeah, if you haven't ever saved the shanks before, they're kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. You can cut them at the joint, or you can cut them with the bone saw. But I never throw them away.
Yeah, I ended up grinding the shanks last time.
Yeah, a lot of connective tissue. So I mean, once it's ground, it's fine. It just clogs the grinder sometimes along the way.
But I like some good slow cook, kind of braised kind of stuff.
Yeah, just cook them until when they're done, and all the collagen and stuff kind of comes apart, and then I always pick them and add them back to the stew. But yeah, shank stew is a good one. It's definitely a family favorite, because I think it's a lot better than doing like a roast or something.
Yeah,
like the top rounds and bottom rounds and stuff.
And dude, if you want to save those bones, I might make a game stock out of them.
Yeah,
I've done it before, dude. It comes out good. Like you think it's not going to be good, But
after I get all broken down, I can just add stuff right back to the cooler. As far as like once the hams are broken down and all that, I'll save all that for you. This one off. Wish I had. Get a sharper knife. Try to have a little bit cleaner cut. Cleanish line there.
There you go.
All right. Wasn't so bad. Try to take this down a little bit. All right, so I think this part's, I need to be careful to not make sure I don't cut through anything. So this knife's fairly dull now. So it's just a little more forgiving. It's plenty sharp to do what I'm doing. going off track here or what? I normally wouldn't be real worried about it. There we go. Yeah, but around the shoulders, kind of a pain when you're trying to keep the. Because normally I wouldn't worry that much if I got a few little nicks here, but.
You can just leave it on the skin, maybe, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to know where I'm cut. Like I don't want to cut because it's right there. I don't want to cut like that and cut through.
Sure.
Up underneath.
Know where you're at.
Yeah, if I'm kind of in the. I don't know if that's kind of the little brisket area or what. But. Cut most of this away, but I'm just trying to, yeah, I gotta just get in there and just cut that off. I didn't grab my fillet knife, but I like my long, I got a long fillet knife I like to do with that, just really kind of fillet back all those layers of muscle and stuff that all the bloodshot is. The entry was a little far back, but just the angle he was at kind of came a little bit farther back, but no matter like shoulder shots or whatever, it seems like that exit side, there's definitely a lot of shock.
Yeah.
Just damage, so.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, man. That, like 243.
That little 100 grain.
100 grain.
243. I forget what it's doing, like 2,900 feet per second or something. So it's moving.
But it's a 308 cartridge, right? I mean,
a neck down 308 yeah.
Shell.
Yeah. Yep. So, let me see.
Change knives here for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can be lazy. This doesn't have anything to do with the. So that's that layer. There's a lot of and just I always try to get as much of the bloodshot, just the bad stuff off, and just get it like all that needs to go before I put it away for the night.
But,
well, look how it's like that layer is
sure.
It's just right next to it just runs along the hide. I'm just trying to get some of this gone because it's all that's gonna do is just drip onto the flow down, and I'm guessing make more work for that part. And I'm just trying to get the bloodshot stuff everything else, you can peel back that connective tissue and then it's good. And now you can only mess with that once it's cold and easier to work. I always clean up the outside real good before breaking down the shoulders and getting, like, just I always grind the shoulders down, break the hams down and keep the bigger roast, the top round and the bottom round, and grind everything else or leave it for stew meat. But all right, now so all that silver skin to come off before grinding and stuff anyway, so it's no big deal. But the stuff that's just funky and just from all the shock and everything on that exit side, just kind of clean it up. And I try not to use water because I don't want to have, I want everything to dry as much as I can. It's going to go on ice tonight because I think it's probably in the low 60s or high 50s, low 60s tonight. So it's got to get on ice before going to bed. Yeah, I think we're little stuff around the shoulders.
Think so?
Hopefully this will be, well, just like around the shoulder, just a little bit where everything comes together.
Yeah.
To get those kind of peeled back the rest of the way. Like those are that's the hardest part. And then I don't know how it's going to be.
I bet you got this.
Oh, I think it'll be fine. But it's just, you just got to be real careful where everything comes together, because that's where I tend to cut through the hide more often when, you know, if I don't have any mounted.
I can only imagine you're doing at least an average job.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is, I mean, you can get online and find a whole bunch of videos of professional people doing it, but there's also nothing to be scared of. Try to figure it out. So that shock really, traveled underneath. Yeah. It's crazy how it kind of,
that angle you hit it
transfers. And I really do wonder what that bullet did. I think it was a 100 grain Winchester power point. And I'm pretty sure that's a fairly old design, just kind of old school bullet. But it worked. Definitely worked. So I think for this stuff, this is where I definitely want this knife. It's a little more dull. It just works for me. I just know the shape of it. I have used the razor blade. I forget the I'm sure there's lots of companies that make them, but I think there's one main one that I can't remember the name of. But I definitely wouldn't want that here, because I know I would cut through. But I've also only used those. I've just borrowed those from friends before. So I think anything with a knife is just knowing the knife for what you're doing with it. Maybe I need to, if I can get a little.
It seems like it's getting
harder
skinnier and
now.
skinnier. I mean, if you need to cut down the middle,
I think I'm going to try to just turn it inside out.
Yeah, I don't see why not. It gets smaller and smaller.
I really don't, unless it's so small that it bunches up around the rack.
Yeah, I bet
if that's
you
the
can
case, then I'll
might be tough
punch
being
it
so
through.
low to the ground.
I can punch it through and pull up, I think. But I think I should, just make a turtleneck out of it, kind of.
Yeah. Some fatty ass tissue on it.
Oh, that's that spot up there that I was fighting. I really don't know. I mean, there must be a way to clean everything. Get the hide ready, I guess. That's one thing I don't know anything about.
Like some kind of scraper or something.
Yeah, like a flushing tool, or is that what it's called?
You said you got some old planes and scrapers, metal scrapers and stuff like that.
I've got a lot of chisels and stuff. I don't have any old planes.
Okay.
I might have.
I thought you said you inherited some or something.
I might have some that I got from my uncle passed. I need to look. I've got a whole chest full of stuff that was at the old family farm. And then my uncle had a lot of it, and mom and dad had some.
I wonder if you got a phone charger that's going to work, because I got a feeling this mother going to die on me any minute. It already sent me a warning.
Yeah, if it blinks off, we can stop and go. Man, that's a lot. That's different. Just the...
It looks like pretty nice meat.
Oh, no, but it's just harder to cut. Like, it's not like all this, it just comes off.
Yeah.
You just got to kind of touch it.
A little thick.
And now I'm having to, and especially trying to be careful.
Yeah, see, that wants to hang on pretty good.
Yeah, it's not just let go. And it really is. This is where I definitely would cut through, because I'll put more pressure on it.
I wonder if it being so warm tonight has an effect on it too, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Almost there. So we're just gonna get this head in a little bit of visqueen so we can put it on ice and do what we need to do.
Figure out what the taxidermist wants. Yeah, that's really wanting to stay on there. I guess this is where a sharper knife would be good, but I think I'd be cussing more. Let's see how much of that's going to leak all over. I'm going to cut that. And then if there's blood that's in there.
Get that bone saw.
Yeah. It's just a little one. It's handy for this. Not worth cleaning the big one. But the big ones are definitely nice for if you're gonna. If you don't have one, I would get a big one.
One of those get lucky things.
Yeah, if I can get it just right. I might try with the knife. See if I can. I doubt I'll get that lucky, but it feels like it. Know where to cut. You don't need to. I don't know where to cut. I'm just trying to open to get lucky. Yep, so it is.
Key is to find the widest part of the vertebrae.
I think I did it, man. I do good.
You're getting it now.
Yeah, that's it. That's just muscle now. Yeah, I think I managed to do that.
Yeah.
And the widest part. Yeah, I did. I cut that vertebrae right in half.
Yep.
I think. Look at it. All right. So now there's probably gonna be some more blood. So I'm thinking push it into that.
Yeah, I can pull them towards you whenever.
Yeah, whenever it goes, just pull it that way for a second. I mean, I'm assuming
you're almost there.
Oh, glad I looked. Oh, goddamn, glad I looked. I almost cut through the skin on this side.
Uh-oh.
I didn't. I almost did that.
Yep, right there.
Oh, he's still, there's still, the esophagus and stuff is still enough to. Yeah, dude, the next one is the skull, so there wasn't anything wasted on that.
Oh, no, dude.
I didn't screw it up for the taxidermy. I bet they got a plan.
Yeah, still got some weight on them. Beautiful, dude. That is what a beautiful buck looks like right there.
Oh.
Especially for South Mississippi. Boy, must have wandered from somewhere.
Yeah. The Delta?
Yeah.
Of course, that would offend people in the Delta, but I think that's a good one, regardless of where you are.
Beautiful rat.
Definitely for down here.
Hung a ring on it. That's 10 points.
Yep. Technically hung there. Crazy. I was going to be excited if I saw something. I guess it's probably best to kind of leave it inside out, huh? Kind of leave it just to protect everything.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe. Until somebody says otherwise. That's a comments thing, right?
Sure, yeah. If you disagree, leave a message in the comments.
Uh-huh. Yep. Tell us how to do it. And hope we get some. One of the two of us gets another one of these before we die.
Just go easy on us.
Yeah.
Suburban Prepper's first video.
Yep. All right. Get this out of the way. The trash bag later.
Oh, man, my arm's getting a little tired holding this door out. Nice.
The big
one. So here's where the fun part begins.
Yep. So now it's just kind of clean up.
Yeah, move a little faster now.
I think I'm gonna go get my fillet knife. I can take that. Actually, right now, I'll go ahead and get some bones all dirty now.
All right.
Go ahead and get these guys off. Make it a little more maneuverable in here. And that, I usually cut them there. The meat on the shanks goes down, so I usually just cut that knuckle off. It takes up a little less room in the freezer. Cut that with a knife first, but just all do it. Either way, putting them up, there'll be little bone chips and stuff on it.
Sure.
Try to clean up. I clean them up the best that I can, but I'll leave that silver skin on and try to just remove that before I cook anything. But that way, if they're frozen for a while, they tend to keep a little bit better. I normally would have done this right when I was hanging it, but I didn't. Just to keep the bone chips and stuff off the meat, but there's still enough to do. So, just kind of cleaning this thing up. This isn't going to be a big deal. And just remember, just never cut, ever cut that tendon. Or if there's no way to hang it. This way. I'm sure there's a way. I don't want to find out what it is. They're pretty easy to get at the knuckle too. You won't want to do that here, but on the front legs.
All right, we got her skinned and hanged and ready to start taking some meat off of her.
Yep. Go grab that fillet knife. So at this point now, it's just kind of the bloodshot meat. So that's the entry side there. The exit's a lot worse with just the bloodshot meat and everything. I want to get all that off. You can kind of see it's getting that coating, the picule or whatever I don't know the right way to say it. That's dry. You can see it.
Yeah.
And that's what I really wish I could hang it overnight. It's still cooler. It's still cooler here than it is it's still actively cooling because like the neck area and stuff, I still felt just a little bit of heat. It wasn't hot, but this is cool to the touch. But you just want to keep it as dry as you can for just try to limit the bacterial growth and that kind of stuff. So, all right, well, I'm going to go get a fillet knife and maybe we'll haul a cooler here.
Break this baby down.
Because once I get it cleaned up, then it can get the shoulders out of the way and just start breaking it down to the point of getting it on ice and
deal with the rest of it tomorrow.
Yeah, have a shower and then tomorrow or the next day, then it's even more work. But it's all fun because this one will fill the freezer for sure.
Not a doubt.